Usman Danfodio University Alumni Association Zamfara State Chapter has last week held its annual reunion programs. During this year's reunion, the association had conducted fitness walks, lectures, dinner, and awards presentations. The association commenced this year's programs with fitness walks from JB Secretariat to Freedom Square, Gusau, the state capital.
Goodwill messages from our special guest of honor. So bear in mind, once we reach Freedom Square, we are going to have one or two. Okay. Let's go, DJ. Haka ne mun yi fice fa. Haka ne. Danfodio, jami'ar Usman Danfodio. Sama! Haka, haka. Sama, sama. Danfodio. Idan yanzu kake zuwa wannan trekking ne ko in ce wannan tattaki ne aka shirya musamman saboda tsohin ɗalibai na jami'ar Usman Danfodio da ke jihar Sokoto reshen jihar Zamfara. Haka! Sama! Haka! Wannan na tsohin ɗalibai ne kawai musamman manya-manyan baƙinmu da aka gayyato da garuruwa daban-daban za su gabatar. Akwai kuma taron cika ciki wanda muka fi sani da dina wanda za a ɗanyi a cika ciki kuma a yi nishadi a presenting ko in ce a yi recognizing. Let's check it out, let's go DJ. We just have our mini jogging and now we are going back to our normal fitness trekking. Let's go. I hope this mini jogging has helped for the Alumni Association of the Usman Danfodio University in Sokoto, Zamfara State Chapter. In our midst, we have the presence of His Excellency, the Executive represented by the Honorable Commissioner, Minister of Education, Honorable Waratou Madawaki. Yes, we are. We also in our midst have the presence of the Head of Service of our state. Also here with us, the Chairman sanarwa ana ta domin a murnar biki ko in ce murnar biki wanda shine wannan na biyu da aka shirya na biyu. Na farko da muka yi ina ji mun yi shi a shekarar 2021 so yau kuma so wannan shine biki na biyu da aka shirya wanda za a yi biki a cikin shekarar 2025 amma dai bikin za mu ga a banan mu mun sa shekarar 2024 saboda we were supposed to have this grand reunion last year so due to some reason daga mai isa Freedom Square za mu tsaya domin akwai good messages da za a gabatar briefly daga manya-manyan bakin so we are one time say
our cause for global peace, justice and progress. Abide our rules, abide in the traditions of knowledge, abide in the culture of truth.
where some leaders addressed the members of the union.
Bookmaking activity that is being organized by the Danfodio University, Sokoto, which is an activity that is marking the beginning of activities that will ensure, first and foremost, the coming together of the students of that university who have graduated from the university and found themselves in different fields of endeavors. They have planned to organize this as a starter. You know, when you are going to eat food, you have what is called a starter. So this is a starter for the activities, and this is what I believe a good chunk of us have not been practicing this work. But this is an opportunity for us to bring ourselves into this activity to ensure that we start warming ourselves in readiness for the other activities that will follow. On behalf of the Executive Governor, like I've said earlier, Dr. Dauda Lawal, I welcome each and every one of the former students of Danfodio University. Let me use this opportunity to appreciate the organizers of these activities that are going to be carried out between today and tomorrow. And the students, former students of the university, who have come together in unity, in unison, to ensure that they remember their alma mater that has brought them here, that has educated them, formed their character, and ensure that they have become what they are today.
For nights. Yes. This is an opportunity. We have gathered here to celebrate ourselves, yes, sir, and our institution, the great Usman Danfodio University. This is not the first time. Yes. This is the second time in this chapter. Yes. So we are only warming up. Yes. we'll have the place where we go for speeches and goodwill messages. Here we're here just like for a merrymaking, to warm up our body, to get ready for what? For tomorrow. Later in the day and tomorrow.
And we are going to invite Doctor to tell us the essence of this fitness trekking. Honestly, most of us, like me now, honestly, I cannot remember the last time I trekked this distance. So honestly, I'm surprised even our special guest here and the head of service. That's why I brought ambulance. and our clinical team is just by the side in case. But alhamdulillah, there is no casualty. It has shown that we should be thankful to God, because like some of us that are already elderly, I graduated 38 years ago from this university. And honestly, I want to thank our members.
Deepest appreciation and his goodwill. And in fact, he also asked me to express his deepest appreciation to the organizers of this event for their doggedness, which have, seen to the holding of this event today. Over the past 3 months, the organizers have been in constant touch with the office of the SSG to see to the realization of this objective of holding this grand reunion, which has begun today with this fitness trekking. So on his behalf, once again, we wish all of us happy reunion. Thank you.
On our body, and the first reference I will give is that the master of doctors and the leader of doctors, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, has directed us, and we all knew that during Hajj there is Safa and Marwa, and they are one of the exercises in which we are involved in trekking from Safa to Marwa. We should remember also that during Fatahu Makkah, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam directed the Sahaba to remove one of their arms and show the kuffar that Muslims are not lazy, Muslims are fit, and they were walking, digging the ground, telling them that they are well fit. So Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the master of doctor, and he is the first person that taught us the importance of that. One of the benefits medically is that we burn fat, and we decided to do it early morning. One of the reasons is that beside the fat you are burning, you are sweating. It was found out that trekking is far better than even jogging.
We copy from us. And the issue is not only the issue of work away. We need more issue of commitment on teamwork and confidence building, both in us and the other generation to come. And as we are seeing here, we have our commissioners and permanent secretaries, but still there is no gender sensitivity here. We are few here, so we are calling our women to be more active and for participation. So it's not only issue of position, we need to show on physical fitness also. So we hope Almighty Allah to guide us all. Thank you very much.
The alumni also conducted reunion public lectures at Dr. Garba Nadama Hall, Gusau on Saturday. The association chairman Alhaji Mustafa Marafa, while opening the event, expressed appreciation for the successes achieved by the union in various fields.
May the infinite blessings of Allah be unto our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, his companions, and all of us who adhere to his teachings unto the day of accountability. I'm pleased to call you all, particularly our August visitors, who are here with us to witness the 2024 reunion, which featured a fitness trekking yesterday, and will today present a public lecture on two very important topical and sensitive topics on health and climate change, and later in the night we are going to have a dinner. The topics were well chosen and captioned in tune with the realities of both our state and Nigeria at large. It is also our part, our modest effort, to contribute our quota towards the sustenance of discourse on issues bordering on the livelihood of our people, which is part of the core mandate of the Alumni Association. The presenter on health will speak on the impact of security on healthcare service delivery in Zamfara State and the way forward. while the other one on climate change will dwell on green energy and climate change, a pathway for sustainable development in Zamfara State. And I'm happy to report that all the presenters are product of our prestigious university. I wish at this point, by most profoundly acknowledging the presence of our special guest, fully represented, who is represented by Honorable Commissioner, Minister of Education, Science and Technology, Madam Wadatau. He's my friend, not my junior brother now. To this auspicious occasion. And another thing that I want to commend him, honestly speaking, because yesterday I particularly brought an ambulance for people like him in case, and our special team, medical team. But I was surprised he was even ahead of me.
Oh my God.
You're welcome, sir. As courtesy as it is, I want to welcome the head of service, Secretary to the State Government, who is ably represented by the Permanent Secretary, Cabinet Affairs, the representative of the Vice Chancellor, University, Professor Basir Garba, my good friend and immediate past Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Bilbis, the President of the National Association of Kudus Alumni Association, traditional religious leaders and other guests to the occasion. I equally welcome our royal father of the day, His Royal Highness the Emir of Sarkin Kasan Alhaji Ibrahim Bello, who is eminently represented by Sarkin Gabas Alhaji Bashir, who are full of appreciation of the legendary and fatherly role you have been lending to the Union at all times. I also wish to welcome all our invited guests, particularly our alumni members, for not only honoring our invitation but for your commitment to what the Union stands for, unity of purpose and team spirit. May Allah bless us all, and may He ensure our safe return back to our destination at the end of it all. Wassalamu alaikum.
After the opening remarks by the chairman, Zamfara State Chapter, Alhaji Mustafa Marafa, Dr. Aminu Abdullahi Gusau presented a paper titled Impact of Insecurity on Health Sector and Way Out.
Now, the population of Zamfara is actually about landmass of about 40,000 square kilometers. Then, population of about 6 million. The population comes across with almost similar bed-to-bed ratio of 50.1 to 49.9. Then, we have 14 local governments, and predominantly Zamfara is occupied by Hausa and Fulanis. Farming is mostly the activities, then mining and business activities. Now, today we are celebrating Usman Danfodio. And in as much as you want to talk about insecurity in Zamfara State, you can never talk about insecurity without talking about one of the most outstanding work that was done by one of our own, a product of Usman Danfodio University during the 15th seminar, Dr. Murtala Ahmed Rufai, a book called A Bandit. You can never discuss insecurity in Zamfara without referring to that book. And that happens under the able leadership of our able Professor Bilbis. Now, generally, the impact of insecurity, I want us to know that in some of the findings in the studies we conducted, in the studies that were conducted and those that I reported, it was reported that there are over 10,000 armed bandits that are operating across different parts of Zamfara State. This was contained between 2011 and 2021. Then over 12,000 people were killed by the activities of these bandits. About 500 women were widowed and over 225,000 children were orphaned. This is contained in the MD Abubakar former IG report that he presented to the former governor of Zamfara State. Then, between 2011 and 2019, over 3 billion naira was paid as ransom to bandits in Zamfara State. Then, about 147,800 vehicles and motorcycles were burned down. 120 villages, over 120 villages were destroyed. Over 250 livestock have been stolen from Zamfara State.
Then banditry activities in Zamfara State have resulted in increased unemployment, loss of investors, loss of tourism, as well as immigration, among other things. So the data is very alarming. Now, what is the impact of insecurity on health? Insecurity, our governor, especially the current governor, was so much disturbed about insecurity that wherever he finds himself, he discussed about insecurity, he discussed about the lives of people of Zamfara State, and he is looking for ways to see how can he get help so that the menace can be taken care of for the state to move forward. And that has not left health. There are effects on health as well. Now, some of those effects on health are that Zamfara State, we have about 700 primary health care. But out of the 700 primary health care, over 500 primary health care are inaccessible due to insecurity. That is amounting to over 75% or 85% of our primary health care are inaccessible. And we should remember, most of our people are residing in the rural areas. Now, this was contained in some statement by the Zamfara State Primary Health Care Board. The Zamfara State Hospital Service Management Board said that some secondary health facilities, some general hospitals, could not run effectively because of insecurity as well. Now, WHO recommended that there should be at least one health facility per every 5 kilometers, even in regions of refugee. Even if there is fight or war, there should be a healthcare facility within 5 kilometers. Now, because of insecurity in Zamfara State, and that is that no person should take more than 1 hour without accessing healthcare and accessing health services. Now, because of insecurity in Zamfara State, some women have to travel a distance of between 10 to 15 kilometers just to access health. And even at then, that is between 2 to 3 hours of walk. Then, even at then, with more than 10,000 bandits, they are not sure of their security to reach their destination. You can see the consequence. Now, in the statistic released by the Nigerian Medical Association in 2022, Zamfara State was actually quoted to have about 267 doctors in the whole state. That is less than 300. And we are marked to be the number 35th in terms of number of doctors in Nigeria. We are only ahead of Jigawa and Taraba states. Because one of the reasons is that insecurity is one of the causes that resulted in Zamfara not having much doctors. WHO also recommended that doctor-patient relationship, that at least every 600 people, there should have at least one doctor.
Malam Faisal presented a second paper on climate change.
So these are examples of biofuels that we can use, and also this is a picture of biogas plant. Number 3 is wind energy. Wind energy uses turbines to convert wind flow into electricity. It is sustainable for areas with consistent wind speed. Areas like Sokoto State where there's abundant wind speed, they can use, and I think we all already have one of sort of kind in Sokoto State, which is yes. This is a picture of wind plant, of course. So now let me move quickly to current initiatives and opportunities in Zamfara State. Zamfara has witnessed small-scale green energy initiatives, which is aimed at addressing climate change and improving livelihoods. So we cannot say that we have not been doing our best, or the government is not doing what is supposed to be as regards to climate change. No, we are doing our best, but more needs to be done. Number 1, this is tree planting campaign. We have to keep on campaigning. We have to keep on enlightening the public with regards to what climate change is and how we can combat it, because it is directly or indirectly affecting us. So that is that about tree planting campaign. Number 2 is solar home system. I think we are all common with this solar home system. Most of our homes now are being powered by solar panels or the solar energy. Yes. Then number 3 is sustainable agriculture. When we talk about sustainable agriculture, this has to do with farming practices that will be able to meet our own current need at this point in time, and and country at large. That's that about current initiatives. Then, this is brief statistical insights and projections with regards to climate change in global context as well as local context. So in global context, the renewable energy sector attracted about $500 billion in investment, that is in 2023, with solar and wind accounting for 80% of new capacity. This is trying to tell us the kind of huge amount of money the world has been earmarking with regards to these issues. Thank you.
After the presentation of papers, the representative of Secretary to the State Government, Dr. Lawal Hussein, presented his speech.
They also offer platforms for us to strengthen our bond as a family. I believe members of an alumni association of this nature are just like a family binded by a common purpose, by a common goal, which is to always serve as the good ambassadors of our alma mater, the Danfodio University. Even though organizing grand reunions such as we are having entails a lot of commitment, that is commitment of resources, time, I would like to call on the leadership of Zamfara State chapter of the alumni to put up more efforts to ensure that we hold this event annually. This is very important because, as we can see now during this event, at least 2 lectures have been presented. Yesterday we had this trekking, and in the evening we're going to have dinner. And this fora, the various fora, gives ample opportunity not just for interaction, not just for strengthening, the bonds, but for also, flogging minds on issues of development, critical issues of development, critical issues, that if properly discussed, ideas could be employed to bring further development for our state and the country at large. So on behalf of the Secretary to the State Government, absent, I convey to all of us his deepest appreciation for all the efforts pushed together to ensure the success of this event. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
May we now invite the Statement of Service by Ahmed Liman for a goodwill message.
In his remark, the State Head of Service, Barrister Ahmed Liman, said the insecurity has affected agricultural production and the education sector.
The indices and the figures given fail to be verified properly, apart from those figures of those victims of banditry. But in the healthcare, the figures given, I think, are not properly verified. I think we need to look at that properly. Okay, just 2 more minutes. Okay, for me, I will rush on. Second, the issue of climate change. This is new normal. No policy now in the world, national or international, without tackling the issue of climate change. It's now the new medical phenomenon. Anything is going to be environmentally tied. Now, new policies of the world, global policies are being tied to climate change. So the idea we press to, fix ourselves somewhere strategically, so that we'll be part and parcel of the sojourn. Because the more we tend to be careless with climate change, the more we are going to pay the price. It's even high time now we make it part of our curriculum, part of our policies and strategies,
part of our decision making because it has come to this reality. This world will not survive without the tenets of climate change. So then it's unfortunate that the culprits in the world, the global culprits, are the people who is leading the campaign. It is so unfortunate. The African continent should have led this climate change campaign because we are innocent, we are victims, and then we are the right people to lead the climate change campaign crusade. But that those culprits that cause devastation, effects of this climate change, they let the campaign so that they cover their crimes, heinous crimes against nature, against environment, against everything. So let's make our position clear. It's high time African leaders should come out, and with the support from the institutions like this Danfodio University, whereby the research is being conducted on climate change, on environment. They will lead our leaders to, make our position clear to the world that Africa has come to defend its position, and that we are the right people to lead the campaign because we have not been messing with the environment. But that they will come down here and create some, this climate, what do you call it?
Professor Suleiman Bilbis, former Vice Chancellor of Usman Danfodio University, Sokoto, also spoke on the occasion.
We were down, we came up, around 1800, we were going down. Now we are at the level. If we don't do anything, we remain down. Because all of this insecurity, 90% of those who are causing insecurity are from the state. They are not from anywhere. They are all people. We know them and they know us. So it's better time we start to think, how can we use the homegrown ways to see how we can tackle this? It's going to be village by village, emirate by emirate, council by council. It's difficult to say I'm going to have a holistic insecurity solving the problem. No. Go village by village. Every village they know their own people. Every village. Go village by village. With sincerity. But when they do, you say if people are attack, the Hausa must attack. Then it will go in. Unless they attack you and you are forgiven, then that's why you start getting peace. When they kill one, you say you must kill one. The killing will continue. The killing will continue. We must learn to forgive and forget. Unless we do that, we continue. No matter the government wants to do anything, there must be peace before we develop. And we need the development now than ever. So this is my message to see how can we get these thesis. I know there was an attempt to populate the thesis some years back, and there's a problem within the family, and I think if the government did not help, I know the people also have actually reviewed the book, have done everything, but because of family issues, we were able to publish it. So if the government can come in and to launch this book in this hall and also use the history to see how can we move the one step forward. Because all the answer to what we are now is in that thesis. The rise and the collapse of a Hausa state. And that Hausa state is Zamfara. And from 1300 to 1762, like 72 years of history there. And it will answer our call, and probably we will be able to get way out of this. Thank you, may Almighty Allah be with us.
Malam Umar Jabo, who is the national chairman of the association, commended Governor Dauda Lawal for his support to the union.
Because together with our chairman and Professor Bilbis, we graduated in 1986. But I've seen who has graduated in 1980. So it means it's almost 6 years older than us in the system. So we went through the same system. Each of us is aware of the city campus, the Kwakwalar route up to the university. So I want to use this opportunity to encourage us to be more united. United, we can achieve anything. And I'm happy that in Zamfara, if there is any word that is bigger than unity, it is achieved here. And I commend you for that. May Allah continue to grant the courage to maintain unity. Another important issue I want to raise here is alumni is about coming together to help your alma mater. Your mother that gave birth to you has become old now and is in dire need of your assistance. How do you assist the alma mater? You can do that individually or collectively. Indeed, the university is expanding and we are in dire need of additional infrastructural facilities. So singularly or individually or collectively, you can decide to erect structures in the university. We are requesting that those of us here that Allah has given chance to become wealthy or prominent in their college should come to the end of the university to erect structures. We are in need of hostels. We are in need of water points. Recently, one of our chapters, the global chapter, is intervening in the construction of solar borehole in the university. Indeed, the borehole has been completed and very soon it will be commissioned. And indeed, we were able to utilize the influence of one of our members, former Minister of State, the Ministry of Water and Resources, Barrister Bello Burayu. Through his influence, we were able to get a very good, large borehole for the student hostels. That one also is nearly completion. In the same way, you can also do that. From 10 naira, 20 naira to 1 billion naira project is welcome. And the university will be very appreciative of that. Now, the university is intended to celebrate its silver jubilee this year. The university has come of age, is now 50 years. And now it intends to hold convocation this year and also silver jubilee. So it's requesting all the alumni members to please donate generously so that the ceremony will be excellent and befitting. And I know members of the Alumni Association, indeed products of Danfodio University, have become notable members of the Nigerian society everywhere. You see them everywhere. We have produced governors. We have produced ministers. We have produced commissioners too numerous to mention. We have produced chairmen of local governments, not to talk of councillors.
Dr. Barira Ibrahim Bagobiri, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, who spoke on the occasion, commended the state government for prompt payment of scholarship, NECO, and WAEC fees.
I'm very happy to have this kind of deliberation, presentation, and many so on. proud to be the product of Usman Danfodio, where I did my first and second degree there at Islamic Studies Department. I just have little to say, but I am just going to discuss about the paper presented from the best presenter on insecurity. This situation that we are facing, definitely we are in a miserable situation. But with the will of Allah, the narration will change. Inshallah, the narration will change. Because of the saying of the Almighty Allah in His glorious Quran, where He has mentioned that فَاسْتَعِينُوا بِالصَّبْرِ وَالصَّلَاةِ وَاللَّهُ مَعَ الصَّابِرِينَ. That whatever happened to a Muslim, a believer, he or she should refer to patience and prayer. Then the situation will change. Then also, when we are in a good position, we are doing what is wrong, good, not wrong. We are doing the best of our ability. Also, the Almighty Allah said, كَمْ مِنْ فِئَةٍ قَلِيلَةٍ غَلَبَتْ فِئَةً كَثِيرَةً بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ وَاللَّهُ مَعَ الصَّابِرِينَ. Whatever they are doing or they are planning with huge number of people, but those that are little will be succeed, and they will succeed, and some president will succeed, inshallah. Then remember the saying of Almighty Allah that وَلَا تَلْبِسُوا الْحَقَّ بِالْبَاطِلِ وَتَكْتُمُوا الْحَقَّ وَأَنْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ. We should not hide the truth when we know it. We know our lapses. We know that there is something wrong. We are doing something which is not in accordance with the teaching of Islam. So please and please, my fellow Muslim sisters and brothers, my fathers, we should change from the bad behavior to good ones, so that we are going to have peace in our state. Also, the presenter presented about health issues in Zamfara state. But remember, education is second in a state of emergency. We can easily understand this through the kind of the Honorable Commissioner we have, that is Honorable Commissioner Madam Wadatoma Dawaki, who is working.
During the event, the Emir of Gusau, Dr. Ibrahim Bello, represented by Senior District Head Alhaji Bashir Kabir Dambaba, emphasized the need for organizing the event to always stick to time.
Shi yasa turo ni kuma yana fata alheri, sannan shaida nake taro ya yi kyawu. Duk da jawabin da mutum zai yi wayanda na gabace na bayani su, amma abu guda ne wanda an san shi ba a kuma faɗi ba, to ya zama tunatarwa. Wannan taro kowa ya san masu ilimi ne aka tara. To masarauta idan mutane sun ziyarce mu masu ilimi, hudu ba mu gare su cewa su ji tsoron Allah, shi za mu ce musu a takaicen takaitawa. Alhamdulillah na halarci wurin ga babban abin da zan magana wanda ba wanda ya magana, wato game da lokaci. Na zanna wurin ga wurin awa 1 da rabi sannan aka fara taro. Abin da aka rubuta mu mai martaba ga takarda ya halarta karfe 10. Ya umarce ni 10 ta wannan wurin. Alhamdulillah na samu halarta 10, amma ina na awa 1 da rabi aka fara. To an ce ba a jam'u, to banda gwamnatin jiha, taro dai mutane masu zaman kansu a yi taro, to Zamfara na wakilci mai martaba ba kidaye ba. Ƙungiya wadda ake ce ma Zamfara Cycle, ita ɗaya ce ni samu wadda ta sa lokaci, kuma lokacin na yi ta buɗa da addu'a. To alhamdulillahi, wanda ita ya kankaniya ta cikin wanga tare, an ga mutanen da aka tara wurin. Akwai masu jagoranci ga hannunsu, akwai wanda suna bisa hanya, akwai wanda sun sauka. To ba ƙaramin ƙalubale ba ne irin wanga taro a ce ana haka, wanda da ɗalibai ne malamai za su hura su, kuma sai a faɗa muku malaman da jagorori, kullukum ra'in wa kullukum mas'ulun an ra'iyyati. Haka sallallahu alaihi wasallam ya ce, sannan kuma wa fi qawlihi ta'ala fi kitabil aziz huwa al-Qur'anul Karim.
Speeches by the special guest of honor and also the PRO, and also the State Governor, Dr. Dauda Lawan, represented by the Commissioner, Ministry of Education, Malam Wadatou Madawaki, charged the members of the union to support Governor Dauda Lawal's rescue agenda.
Distinguished personalities, great members of the Danfodio University Alumni Association, ladies and gentlemen, it is important to note that the central focus of this administration, under the able leadership of His Excellency Dauda Lawal, which by Almighty Allah's will took over the administration of this state over 1.5 years ago, is to revitalize the ailing infrastructural decay in virtually all sectors of the state's economy. That was what informed packaging a transformation agenda tagged CORD, Rescue Mission on CORD, consisting of 6 pillars, of which health forms the 3rd pillar, next to education and security. As a mark of seriousness in that regard, apart from giving the highest premium to security by taking it as a cross-cutting issue, the government declared state of emergency in the 2 most critical sectors of education and health, which are the vital pillars of human existence. This is in addition to development of critical infrastructure like roads, agriculture, and economic empowerment. On the tertiary sector of education, which I think and presume this gathering ought to be intimated on, I am glad to state that, apart from many other things, our administration constituted a visitation panel to the 7 state-owned tertiary institutions. The committee submitted its report, and a white paper committee followed it up to ensure the actualization of the various recommendations put forward with the aim of coming up with a roadmap of an effective tertiary education for the state. The governing councils of the institutions have been constituted and will be inaugurated by His Excellency the Executive Governor Dauda Lawal to strengthen the functions and performances of the institutions. Alhamdulillah, our tertiary institutions are heaving a sigh of relief, especially as it affects payment of accreditation fees and other issues bordering on infrastructure. A cursory look at the State University in Zamfara and the College of Arts and Science, Busau, will speak volumes of the earnest commitment of the state government in that direction. With these few remarks, let me once again congratulate you all for coming up with this laudable initiative of a get-together of graduates of the historic Danfodio University, Sokoto, graduates from 1980 to date. It is my sincere expectation and prayer that it will translate into more unity and compassion to one another. May it be an avenue of giving back to the alma mater that has been the springboard of your individual and collective prosperity. I equally wish to congratulate the executive members of the Alumni Association for your commitment and resilience, of which I'm certain is the reason we are all here. May the year 2025 be the beginning of greater Zamfara State, where peace and prosperity shall prosper. And to assure the modern architects of Danfodio University that his message has been received, I assure him that this message of the publishing of that wonderful thesis by our eminent father, late Dr. Garba Nadama, the message will be delivered to His Excellency for the state to come in and ensure that that thesis is published and we learn from it. That's why history has been brought back into the curriculum of the Nigerian educational system to ensure that we do not forget what our history is, so that we learn from history. With this, I would say, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and thank you very much. God bless.
Dr. Yakubu Yari, the Provost of Zamfara College of Arts and Science, made the final closing remarks at the end of the event.
The Federation is sponsoring the dinner that is going to hold tonight. We thank the state government, we thank is a founding member of this chapter. In fact, he is behind the formation of the state chapter some 10-15 years ago. The national chairman, the royal father, the representative of the PC, and also my younger brother, the only SAN from Zamfara State. The commissioners here present, the permanent secretaries, particularly the permanent secretary, Ministry of Education, the permanent secretary, Minister of Agriculture, General Services, Justice, in fact, those who have contributed financially, morally, and the members who cooperated with us to make this function a success. We thank all of you. We hope and pray, just as the representative of the farmers and the secretary to the government, my very good friend, Dr. Lawal, that this occasion is supposed to be annual. Inshallah, by your cooperation, we are going to make this event an annual one. Like anybody has observed, since we are holding the ACEs of the state, inshallah we shall continue to make this event an annual one. Not last but not the least, I want to appreciate the friends of the university, particularly the Honorable Commissioner Ministry for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, who has gone out of his way to donate the sum of 1 million naira as part of making this occasion a success. I thank you all, and we pray that Almighty Allah will take us back.
In a related development, the association organized a dinner and award presentation to some important dignitaries, which included academicians, politicians, and other personalities from different sectors. Alhaji Mustafa Marafa, chairman of the association, presented his opening remarks.
There's a saying that in Kudisutaba, Jiki, once money trust skin, very difficult to buy. So we had a mandate and everybody signed. At the end of the month, deductions are made and it's being transmitted into our account. If we don't do that, it will be very difficult to have money. And I think we cannot be Bakekasa. I used to call this Bakekasa very much. We need to assist our alma mater, honestly speaking. Because like, I don't know, one of the speakers was saying that the university is 50 years. Anybody who is 50 years is already on the other side. We need to assist our university, honestly. If you see the former vice chancellor I stated here, when he was telling me about some of the expenditures he's incurring in a month and what he is getting, it is not even comparable. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was telling me that never been alone. Busy. Never been alone like I get from the what?
12 million?
Yeah.
I think should be reaching to about 40-45 million now.
Never been alone for that university. 40-45 million there. How much are they getting? How much are they receiving from the federal government? It's a very critical amount. So please, we are going to develop that strategy. What we need is cooperation, please. Let us cooperate and help our university. This university, it's not a university, is still the biggest and the largest university in our zone here. So we can be Zamfara. And if we allow that institution to go down, at least we are not being fair even to our children. We are not being fair to ourselves. So please let us see we do the contribution. We are going to develop that strategy, and I don't want us to just meet and maybe talk in the lectures, have a good dinner, and then dispatch until another 1 year, 2 years, they will come up for another reunion. It is good, the reunion is good, but please let us remember our alma mater. I don't want to take our time too much. I want to sincerely welcome. I can see maybe this gathering now is more than the morning. I hope it's not because of the dinner. I want to sincerely address all our guests. Thank you very much.
The next was award presentation and speeches.
Who is here, that is representing him, and on behalf of the chairman and national president of this association, members of the association, I hand over this award to Madam Abubakar Ahmed on behalf of the governor of the Zamfara State. Thank you very much.
who the head of service is. Hand over this wonderful award to you with the belief that it will spur you more to give more to the service of your state, to give more to the service of the Alumni Association of Danfodio University, Sokoto. Congratulations on this award.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much, sir. May I invite Professor Lawal Suleiman Belbis, the immediate past Vice Chancellor of
to present this award to you on behalf of the association. Congratulations.
And to the Usman Danfodio University Alumni Associations of the chapter, we extend our appreciation to Megillah. We sincerely appreciate all his assistance and goodwill to our alma mater. Thank you. If there's one thing I learned from Buhari during our longest from 1982 to date, he's calm, he's humble, unassuming, and a traditionalist to the core. Congratulations for this.
Thank you very much.
Hope that you will give it as a starting point for your achievement in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Not only this one. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
On behalf of Dr. Muhammad Gumi, I would like to say a very big thank you to Volu's Alumni Association. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
In your very short period of life, and we wish you long life and more prosperity and more achievements in your life. So you should keep it on.
Thank you very much, sir. Please put your hands together once again to this young.
The organizers of this award event, our distinguished guests from within the alma mater and outside, or from other alma maters. We thank everybody, and we'll say this part of the ongoing reforms that is taking place, not only in the institution, but even in the public service. The recent revised public service rules incorporated a chapter on recognition and award. So anything that you contribute to the development of the society, you'll be recognized and you will be awarded appropriately. So I'm sure I assure you that this coming into service, not only in the institution, but it's coming back right from the federal service, federal civil service down to state civil service. So I sincerely thank the Alumni Association for the recognition given